Welcome to the show, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for our first show on National Science Week in 2021, where we're doing it all from home. As you can tell, I am sporting my pandemic beard and my pandemic hair. You know, not allowed to get that done anywhere, and I do not trust my family to cut my hair. It's just not going to happen. Thank you so much for everyone for joining us in the chat room. We've got Jeffrey Thy Jam, Game 3, Channel 93, BBSE, Marble Crystal, M Dumplings, George Zuper Skywalker. Hello. Thank you so much. So everyone, you don't need to sign in to watch the show and have a little bit of fun. But if you do want to chat with us, I'm going to keep my eye on the chat window the whole time. It is going gangbusters in there. Hello, Zach. Pleasure to meet you. We're going to be playing a little bit of games. We'll be talking about science. We'll be talking about food. We'll be talking about the clothes we're wearing during the pandemic, whatever it is. So remember, we're here the whole time. You can throw something in the chat and I'll respond as soon as we can. I'm going to say a quick hello to Marble Crystal, to Oz, Chick, M4E, Corinis, Marble Crystal, Backflip, welcome back again, once again. Thank you so much for joining us. And, you know, we're going to play a game that we created for National Science Week. I'm going to introduce to you some of the cool people behind that game that do that awesome research and helped us bring this game to life. It's going to be a little bit of fun, something a bit different. It was a hectic little while, let me tell you. So the rules, really, we're here to have fun. If you've got questions for any of our scientists, just drop something in the chat room. Like I said, I'll keep an eye on it. I'm glad your cat's with you, Marble Crystal. You know, cat's got to watch some science as well. And you know what? Why don't we just get this whole thing started, right? So I'm going to bring in my two guests. Please join me in welcoming both Beck up on top. There it is. And Eugenia down on the bottom. Thank you so much for joining us. Say hello.
Hi. Hey, everyone.
So,
Happy
of course,
Science Week, everyone.
Yeah, I know, it is. It started yesterday, didn't it, Huge?
Yeah, started yesterday.
So we're not kicking it off, but we're really kicking it off. It'll be fun. So, in fact, you'll have to apologize. Your name is a lot longer than mine. I couldn't fit it all on that there, but Beck is just received her PhD. Congratulations. And you are a plant breeder, and we're going to hear a little bit about the other stuff you're doing. Eugenia, thank you for joining us as well. You helped us bring this whole thing to life, so thank you very much for approaching us.
Thank you for bringing it to life, because I do not have the skills that you guys have.
Well, that's why we all do this together. Is aesthetic type, my mic a little bit unclear. Is anyone else hearing me a little bit fuzzy? Let me know, and I will make sure to fix that. Maybe what I'll do is I'll turn that down a little bit, and hopefully that's a little bit better. It shouldn't be crackling, so is that a little bit better now? Let me know. Still a bit fuzzy? Man, I spent so much time on the sound today as well. Still a little bit fuzzy. So I think part of the crackling comes from some of our guests. We've got some bad internet, but what I'll do is just really quickly, what I might do is I'll just turn off my guest audio for a second. Is it still crackly, folks? Okay, so a little bit of that crackle is coming from our guests because, well, you know what? We have bad internet all over Australia, and that's just how it's going to be. So what I'll do is I'm going to try and fix that. But before we do, just bear with me for 2 seconds. I'd like to chat a little bit with Beck so we can get her chatting so I can start doing some of the fixing. So Beck, if you wouldn't mind, can you let everybody know a little bit about what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. So
Oops. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, there we go. I messed up the audio again. Do that one more time, Beck. I apologize.
Oh, no, that's okay.
So as I was saying, I'm a plant breeder and I'm based in a place called Narrabri, which is about 7 hours northwest of Sydney. So we're not in lockdown at the moment, which I'm really sorry for all those people that are in lockdown. I'm sure we'll be in lockdown soon. And so I work with plants for a living, and I breed plants so that they're better adapted to different types of climate.
Beck, just 1 second. Folks, can everyone hear Beck just fine just right now? Fine now? That's perfect. Beck, keep going. Plant breeding. Sorry for the troubles. It is my fault. Please go
Totally
on.
fine. Technology, hey?
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'm breeding crops for a hotter climate because in the future we're expecting things to get hotter and drier, and so we want to make sure that farmers, especially in our area and all over the world, can produce food for the future.
Well, we all need food, right? And a lot of the stuff that you work on are the foods that we use every day, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the main ones is wheat. And I'm sure you all know what types of foods wheat is put into, but in particular bread and baking seems to be something that everyone's doing in lockdown. So I am helping with that. I'm making it better for you guys.
Excellent. I definitely need more wheat because I cannot survive without pizza. I don't know, a little bit of shout out for anyone who loves pizza out there.
Yum. Yeah, awesome.
And Eugenia, you have known Beck for ages now, and I guess you know everybody at the university who's kind of working around this whole thing as well.
There are many researchers at the University of Sydney who are just doing amazing things to sort of make sure we have a sustainable supply of food for, the next 50 years. So there's so
Yes.
much research going on in different areas to, really safeguard that food for the future.
So we've got a few questions in there. Beck, would you actually consider yourself a naturalist as well?
I guess so to a degree. I think we all are in a way. But yeah, I mean, whatever we can do to make sure that the environment is sustainable and everyone's looking after it the way they should is really important to us as scientists and just as stewards of the land, really, that we work on.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give a quick shout out to, who just said hello? Ryan Chan, thank you for joining us. Folks, I just did a few things in the back. Let me know if the sound's a little bit better this time. Hopefully it is. So Beck, you were super, super kind and passed on a few photos of your field site and some of the things that you do. Are you ready to share a little bit?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do that. Here we go. So what do we have here?
So I thought I'd show you this one because I'm not a typical scientist in the sense that I don't spend my days in a lab working with little test tubes and things like that. I'm actually out in the field. We're working with soil and plants, like actually out in the open all day, every day, which is a wonderful place to be. And this is in one of the paddocks. And this day I took my dogs to work. I was very lucky. And this is Tess and Ellie. And yeah, it's lots of fun being able to work outside and take them to work with me.
So would you say that these helpers are absolutely and utterly necessary at all times?
Oh, absolutely. They definitely get the job done so much quicker. And because we're on a farm, I mean, there's not really anyone around or there's, lots of big open spaces. So they like to have a run around while I take my notes.
Yes, fair enough. Well, I think a farm without any dogs in it seems like a very sad kind of place to be.
Agreed. Totally agree.
So this looks like it's one of your field sites. Is that the case, or is this just a regular farm?
No, so this is on the research farm that we work on up here, and the actual farm itself is managed similarly to what a normal commercial farm would be run, but we do
Cool.
certain things just slightly more intensely because we want to make sure that everything's really accurate, because we all know that science is so important when it comes to making sure that things are really, really accurate the way we do it. So
Sure.
each one of these plots is a different type of wheat, or it has different genetics. And the
Wow.
plots themselves are 6 meters by 2 meters, so 12 meter square little plots. And there's so many thousands in just that image. So
it looks enormous. So is the idea here that you're actually testing a whole bunch of these as well to see which ones survive better in the environment that you're planting them in?
Yeah, exactly right. So you plant them at different times of the year to see if they can be stressed in different climates. So if we want to stress them in a really hot time, and those little boxes at the front there, they actually impose a heat stress at a certain time, so we can control the temperature within those little boxes.
Oh, wow. So you're actually doing an enormous experiment out in the farm, and then you're able to change how things behave in a really small part of that farm as well?
Yeah, so essentially we're bringing the glasshouse to the field, because in the glasshouse, the way that the germplasm or the genetic material within those plots reacts, it can be different to the way that it would be in a normal environment in the field.
Wow.
So we bring these boxes in the field to try to make sure that it's as similar as it would be in a farmer's paddock.
Cool. Well, we've got a ton of questions. I'm going to try and get to them before they all disappear. So how many types of wheat do you have there that you're testing right now?
So within these trials, there'd be close to 1,000 more genotypes, but so genotype being a different type of genetic makeup to each variety of wheat. But yeah, we test, over 3,000, depending on what we're doing and what experiment. It's pretty intensive work.
Wow, this does sound like a massive amount of work. And we actually had an interesting question from someone. Do you have a control group in this kind of a situation that you're actually comparing some of these results to?
Yeah, that's such a good question. Actually, if you see the little plots, so there's a box on one, and then there's a plot next to it that has nothing on it. So those ones are our control plots. And we also have those within the larger trials as well. And having a control is super, super important in science and in these experiments, because we want to see what those plants would do under a normal stress.
Right. And we've got a question here from Gary Byers. Zach wants to know, please, if you are testing based on climate. So, but that's kind of what you're doing, right? You're able to manipulate the temperatures at a small scale to see how the different plants do. Am I right there?
Yeah, absolutely. So
Very
what we
cool.
want to see is whether or not, those ones that are going to do better under a hotter temperature, that we're going to have those for the future, and then be able to make even better lines of wheat for farmers.
Right. So there was an interesting question there that someone was like, what's the ideal temperature? I guess it kind of isn't, is there? Because what you're trying to do is not find the ideal temperature for these, but find out which ones survive in the temperatures that we currently have.
Yeah, but it's a great question. So anything above 28 degrees when these types of wheat flower, so at sort of the middle part of the season, is really detrimental to how much yield they'll produce at the end. So we want to see those ones that can produce or do better at their flowering time at a higher temperature, so around 35 degrees, which is quite hot for these types. But we see ones that do really, really well.
Wow, that's really cool. Let's go to this next image here. And this is one of your tractors. Now, why did you send me this photo out of curiosity?
This is sort of my typical office. I'm on the back of where that photo's been taken, and I'm planting the trial. So we have to plant each 12-meter plot individually. And so I'm on the back there. It's a pretty nice view, really.
Yeah, it's not bad. I take it your office doesn't look like this?
I wish. Hello, it's my office right now. I've got an alpaca next to me to keep me company.
That would be a lot better than what we've got now in Sydney lockdown.
Quite like a pet alpaca.
Yeah, who wouldn't like a pet alpaca? But I think we both need to move to a farm if we want that. So is this a picture of one of those boxes where you're able to actually control the climate?
Yeah, so I thought I'd show you this one just to give you a bit of an idea of scale when you look at that drone photo compared to this. But so we have to move them around by tractor because they're quite heavy. And that's what I do as well. Even though science is key for me, I still drive all the tractors around and harvest my own plots and things like that. So very handy.
Fair enough. I've always wanted to drive a tractor. So maybe when this thing is down, this pandemic's done, I might come and visit you if you don't mind.
Yeah, cool. I can teach you to drive a tractor, definitely.
Okay, excellent. I'm gonna take you up on that 100%. So we've got an interesting question from Mango and Mushrooms. On these farms and with some of the species or of wheat that you're using or of other types of fruit and vegetables, are you actually using any kinds of traditional farming techniques? Like any traditional techniques from Aboriginal cultures potentially?
Oh, that is a good question. Well, we're using the normal farming techniques that we would have on commercial farms in general,
Right.
but we've recently had some new projects that have come about looking at Indigenous ways of farming. So that's a very new thing for us. We're starting to look more into that,
Cool.
but it's a sustainable way of farming. So yeah, more to see there in the future.
That's very interesting. That's very cool that you're actually taking up some of these traditional means of,
Yeah.
hopefully helping some of these crops grow in a more natural kind of way. That's really neat.
Absolutely. But at the end of the day, it has to be sustainable and also produce yield for farmers. So we need to be able to integrate it and have farmers adopt it in a certain way.
That's right. And I guess they have all the infrastructure to farm in a really specific kind of way. So I guess you kind of have to make sure that it's available in the way that they want it as well. Is that the case?
Absolutely. Yeah, it has to fit for them
Cool.
as well.
Very cool. And what is this all about? It looks totally photoshopped, I'll be honest. So you've got to
It's
let me
cool,
know.
hey?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
no,
is.
it's
Very
cool.
cool.
Way too neat.
So yeah,
The aliens did it.
over the last yeah, I reckon it's a bit like that. Hey, over the past few years, we've been trying to get a bit more social media presence, and one of the ways has been writing things into big areas of cropland. So,
That's
this
hilarious.
yeah, so this my other half, he is in that little header down the bottom of the exclamation mark there. That's there for
Yep.
scale. And the actual area itself is 1.2 hectares big. So yeah, so he's harvested the word food into that,
Very
which is pretty
cool. That is very,
yeah,
very awesome.
got a lot of
We
traction.
we will start Cake Town Calamity in very shortly, but I've got this question that is now in all caps, so I have to ask it. And it's your question. It's what kind of chemicals do you actually use on the crops, or do you use no chemicals at all?
No, we have to use some chemicals. There's just still not a particular way to be able to control weeds within our crops yet. We're still working on ways to do it without chemicals, but the way that we also use the chemicals is more efficient than ways that we used to. But it
Interesting.
depends on what we're trying. Yeah, it depends on what we're trying to get out of the crops. So if we're looking at a broadleaf type of weed, we'd spray with a
Right.
different chemical to others. So yeah, it's all done in the most safe and the most efficient way we can.
That's really cool. So you're using different kind of chemicals depending on the pathogens, I guess, in some
Yeah,
kind of sense,
exactly.
and that makes complete sense because we use different medicine to treat ourselves when we're sick as well. So that kind of makes sense that you do the same for
Yeah,
plants.
yeah, absolutely right. Yeah.
So we've got a couple other questions. We'll answer two more, and then we're going to head into the game because I think some folks are really, really excited about that. So, do you actually have a favorite crop?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, wheat.
There you
I
go.
mean that. Yep, definitely the one for me.
So wheat is your favorite crop?
I think so. I've worked on it for a
Yeah.
long time now. Pretty good. It's a good one.
That's fantastic. I love it. And we have, so this is an interesting question from our first time chat. Do you look at farming techniques in relation to carbon dioxide emissions? So I guess maybe kind of connecting farming techniques with the idea of reducing carbon.
Yeah, absolutely. And not me personally, but within the university and on the research site, we're definitely looking into those types of things because it is
Cool.
an important way for the future. Yeah, that's what we need to do in the future for sure.
That's really, really neat that we're actually going to be taking that into consideration. Maybe that would actually help and undo some of the harm that we've done. And I believe this is the last photo. This is another social media attempt, I take it.
Yeah, but this is different because the last one we harvested, whereas this one we actually planted it. So we've planted different
Oh,
types of wheat
cool.
that have different stages of growth. So the ones that are in the letters don't grow as quickly as the ones that are outside the letters, if that makes sense. So they're all planted in those little 12-meter squared plots. Each of
Wow,
those
wow. This is
And I thought it was a
pixel
happy
art.
birthday message for me. And I was like, no, Beck, I'm not 60 yet.
Sorry, yes. 60 years of research at the farm, I should say.
That's fantastic. I love it. This is pixel art to, a huge extent. It's really impressive, actually, that you're able to kind of draw all kinds of different things. Have you done anything other than words?
No, we haven't yet. So if anyone has any ideas, especially in the chat, let us know. It has to be agriculture related, but yeah, we're keen for ideas.
That's fantastic. All right, let's get back to us, and we will. So that was a really cool intro. So I really appreciate you taking us through their farm and showing us a little bit about what your research is like and kind of where you live as well. But now we're going to have a little bit of fun and chat about this game that we've actually put together, and it's called Detective Kookaburra and the Cake Down Calamity. So this is a game, that you came up to us about 2 months ago, wasn't it? That we wanted to start making this, and I tell you, we should have started earlier.
Yeah, maybe just a little earlier. We had this idea because we thought, it'd be really nice to help commemorate the 100 years of research that's been happening in this particular area at the uni. So we thought it'd be great to try and have something to engage students during Science Week.
Absolutely.
We had some notes, we had some research, and then we went, how do we make a game?
I love that. Why don't we just make a game? Just this kind of.
Speak to Michael.
That's fantastic. So it's my pleasure, folks. I'm sorry if I've missed some of your questions. The chat is going wild. A lot. It's going crazy. It's really hard to keep track of, and some fantastic questions in there. So keep throwing them in there. I'll keep an eye out on all these. But let's play this game. Right, this is Detective Kookaburra and the Cake Town Calamity. And you can grab it from the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, and it's all free to download. You don't have to do it now. We're going to play through it, and you can each help us make some of the choices in the game. If you want to throw down some suggestions on what we should do or say in the game, you can put that in the chat room. But here we go. This is Detective Kookaburra. And we're going to load this game. Oh no, I think my son's been playing this game and he's gone halfway through it. So I'm in trouble now. So I am completely and utterly unprepared, and this is totally unfair because now I'm showing you. So I'm going to jump out of here and I'm going to see if I can restart this. Let's get back to here. That's totally unfair. Let's see if we can. And now I'm tiny on the corner. Let's see, hold on a second.
Wait, do you want me to do some show dancing?
Yes, yes, please do.
Yeah, no,
I'm gonna have to re-download the app. I should never have let my son play. Let's see, hold on a second. I will grab this again. Detective Kookaburra. There we go. All right, so it's just going to take a second to download. So yes, maybe you can do that dance that you just said you would do for us.
Yeah, anytime. Dancing. I'm like Irish dancing at the moment.
Well, your feet are moving so quickly. And Viv family, things always go wrong with streams. That's just how we roll around here. So if you can't roll with the punches, it starts to become a very difficult stream. And of course, because I'm streaming, the internet now is dying in the house.
No.
So, all right. It'll download. It's about a quarter of the way through. So maybe I'll just, if any of you have any questions, now's a great time for you to ask. If you want to know anything about the farm or about how we created this game. Aria and Alicia, hi back to you as well. And yes, you can play it. Oh, we got a question here from Jeffrey the Jam. Are the automobiles in the farm electric? If not, do the gases produced from the automobiles affect the crops in any kind of way?
No, nothing on the farm at the moment is electric, but in the future it might be. We're hoping that it will be. And no, we don't think that it does anything to the crops, but you know what? We don't 100% know, so maybe we might find that in the future too. Or they might be more efficient at, regenerating that carbon dioxide. You never know.
Yeah, fair enough. That'd be a pretty wild experiment you'd have to do, isn't it? If you actually had to try and control the carbon dioxide and where it's coming from, you'd need a heck of a lot more boxes out there, I think.
I reckon, hey, yeah, that'd be crazy.
So Abigail has a question. Who do you work with out in the farms? I'm guessing that experimental farm that you have is a farm for experiments, but are there other farmers that you end up working with, and do they do some experiments for you as well?
Yeah, sure. So we have a lot of farmers that we collaborate with, and we get, because what we want to do when we do our research is get things that are really relevant to farmers. So we want them to be the recipients of the research results, really.
Right.
So we make sure that we have lots of farmers come onto the site and tell us what they've seen in their paddocks, and then we create experiments around those types of things if we think that it's something that should be looked at further. So yeah, we do. We have a very collaborative relationship with farmers.
Very cool. And do you think anyone can grow crops in the outback? And it's okay, mango and mushroom, it's okay that you repeated yourself. I'm glad you did. Like I said, this thing is hard for me to catch up to. So can anyone kind of grow crops out there, or you need a plot of land and all the right kind of seeds and equipment, or is it just something that's relatively easy to do?
I mean, we've sent seed of different types of crops to schools in Sydney, and they've been able to grow them in their veggie garden. So it's not, it's not rocket science. So you could do that. But the way that they do it here with tractors and things like that needs to be super efficient because it's so expensive to do. So when you do it large scale, you need certain things to do it properly. But if you're only doing small scale, you can plant it in your garden at home.
But I guess you can't really.
It's a weird.
Eugenia, I have a black thumb as well. We can't grow anything. We've tried so many times and failed miserably. Yeah.
But I take it an experimental garden.
Yes.
And see what happens.
And what ends up happening? Nothing good, I take it.
Water, the soil, the ionic factors. Yeah.
Yes, fair enough. I like how you immediately blamed all the other factors, the stuff in the soil, the water. It's clearly all those things.
I do that with most things. Try and find everything else before blaming myself.
Yes, fair enough. I think that's definitely the way to go. So we've got a question from Avaros. How big is that last plot? That whole farm? How large was it?
The whole farm itself?
Yeah.
So there's a couple of different farms that are attached together, but a couple of thousand acres, so a couple of thousand hectares.
Wow.
But that 60 years plot, that was 1.8 hectares just by itself. So that last image that we saw.
Wow.
So yeah, pretty big farm.
That is a huge farm. And when you're carving out some of those letters, how long does it take to spell something out? That was from MindPro.
Oh, yeah, no, it does take a long time. And especially when we're doing the letters and the planting with the 60 years, that took a lot of time because you have to do each plot individually, whereas the harvesting one, it wasn't as much time because we could just peg it out and then start harvesting in there. But yeah, it does take a while.
Yeah, that's
a special GPS to get it all aligned perfectly in the tractor.
Yeah. And you know what? If you had have made one mistake, the whole thing would have been out because you plant them all after each other. So yeah, we were very lucky. I planted it and it was, thank goodness, it all worked well.
That's fantastic. Yeah, that is an art project that takes you a little bit of a while to figure out if it's actually going to work out.
It does. But you know what? All the techniques that we use to plant that are exactly what we do with all our trials. So yeah, it's the same
cool.
techniques. Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's fantastic. All right, let's see. I'm hoping that downloading a fresh version, let's see if this has actually worked out. Otherwise, we're going to be starting the game right in the middle. Here we are, Detective Kookaburra again. Let's take a look. Yeah, there we go. We're on Cake Town Main Street. So
Party central. They're not social distancing, Michael.
No, but Cake Town is fine. There's no pandemic there. It's totally fine. So we've got a couple characters on here. Laboratory Labrador is the one selling the donuts. We've got Psy Lizard and Detective Kookaburra. So they've come into Cake Town, where Detective Kookaburra is visiting, and he's here for the Harvest Festival for the first time. So they used to study together, just like scientists.
Thermo-biscuit dynamics.
Yes.
Can we offer that at uni?
We should offer it at uni.
We should.
So here we go. So folks, you can play along with us, and when we come up to some choices, let us know what you think we should say. I know Thermobiscuit Dynamics is a very, very good course at university. So let's see how much, well, we swap back to regular coins after the townsfolk ate all the cake dollars. There you go.
Totally do that as well.
I know, it's it would never work, would it? So we have 2 donuts here, and I do remember you had a comment when we had this first scene in here where it was give the bigger half to Psy Lizard or give the smaller half to Psy Lizard, and your comment was if it's a half, they're exactly the same size. Can you say something like portion instead? So we had to go in and change it for you.
Thank you. Like there's a scientist somewhere in there. And I think it's
All
because
right.
my son's doing fractions at the moment. So
Okay, all right, there we go. And I love how everyone in the audience is saying we should give the smaller piece to Psy. So Psy Lizard, sorry brother, you get the small piece, the DK is getting the big piece. So thank you everyone. Clearly everyone loves donuts and they are not ready to share. So here we go. We've got the turtle mare, and this is the moment that everyone's been waiting for. Look at this. We're going to see this delicious cake that's going to be coming out. The hottest trends, architecture, and cuisine of the season, all rolled into one. Yay, donuts. Oh, hello, wow. Eat all the cake, eat the donut while staring at his face. That's very cruel. All right.
at the moment,
So-
Michael, it looks like you've got fire coming out of you.
I know.
Yeah,
Out
it
of your
does.
backpack. That's amazing.
I'm super angry. There.
Hot head.
It is. It's very warm in here with all the lights I've got on here. So, okay. So let's see what everyone. I know they're always bopping their heads. That's why we love these animals.
I feel like I need to
Otter-
do it too.
So the cake is there. Look at it. Oh, it is delicious. Nice and warm outside. The it's exploded.
Oh.
So I should have turned the sound on. So slow mo. There we go. That was very Matrix-esque. So has anyone heard?
Explosion.
There is.
Waste.
Oh, look at Otter. Otter's out of it. He was way too close to the cake. This is why you never stand so close to a cake, everyone. It could explode at any time.
Oh.
It was booby-trapped, Judy. Absolutely. So, all right. Otter's out. Psy Lizard. He's calling DK back. That means he's coming back to work. Retirement never suited him. There we go. So I love how we ended up making this a crime scene, very similar to, what were those old books that those detective novels that we used to read?
Your Nancy Drews.
Yes! This is very Nancy Drew-esque and Agatha Christie, except without all the murder. All right. So,
I don't know, that otter.
Yeah, he was out of it,
Back for a
wasn't
while.
he? Well, yes, you're right. Cakes normally don't blow up, but some things happen. That's what the whole mystery is. It's the cake down clam. That's what we got to find out. So, here we go. Should we investigate the cake goop? Investigate the red lolly? Question turtle mayor or question otter baker?
Ooh. So
what do you folks think we should do? Huge and Beck, and we've got some cake goop, the red lolly. Everyone's all right.
I always go for the messiest thing. Like it's Science Week, you got to get so messy during this week. Do everything gross.
Yes. I should have gotten polls ready. This is fantastic. Okay, so let's. Okay, everybody wants to question Otter. Let's question Otter the baker. Oh, he's too out of it.
Oh, he can't talk. Okay.
No way, he is out of it. Okay, let's do. There was a lot of red lollies. Let's check out the red lolly. Okay, now this one is interesting character over here. We got a red lolly in the shade over there. Let's take a look at it. That's the last one. Whoa, look, it's melting. Should we hold it in the shadow or hold it in the sun?
I think in the sun? I don't know.
All right, let's see. Okay. It is a sus lolly. I agree.
Very sus.
It's melting it.
Oh, okay.
And if we throw in the shadow.
Expect better standards from your lolly.
Doesn't melt
I-
the shade.
I agree. No, the lollies I have don't melt. They melt in my hand like the M&Ms and Smarties, but not in the sun. So let's see. All right, everyone. We've held them in both. Let's see what's going on. Detective Kookaburra is on the case. He said it was rigged to blow. This is why this cake blew up. It's not a regular cake.
Blow up a cake.
Let's find out. See, this is what everybody wants to know. That's not how lollies work. Not in Cake Town, they do, all right? So I'm just saying that out loud. So should we investigate the cake goop or question Turtle Mayor?
I reckon the turtle's dodgy. Question the turtle.
Everybody wants to, sorry, you are out of luck though. Everybody wants to test the cake goop. All right, cake goop it is. Look at this, exploded cake debris. Should we pick it up or should we not pick it up? Because it's dangerous to touch a crime scene. I don't know. What is everyone saying? I know what I'll pick it up. Absolutely. Oh yeah, everyone pick it up for sure. Let's see, what do we got? It's not dangerous to the touch. Don't, it's poison, it's just too late. You said it too late, aesthetic hype. Interesting, it doesn't have the structure you'd expect from a good cake. And I see Hello Wow wants us to eat it. Lobster Mobster is on the case. Careful.
Yeah, don't go eating the crime scene.
I know, but how can you not? So, should we eat it? I remember when you first saw this, oh no, it was Holly, I think. Or was it you? You just immediately texted me and said, how can you not eat the cake?
Yeah, agreed.
And everyone wants to eat it. So let's go. All right. Lobster Mobster is not pleased. Not pleased at all. So, all right, we're trying it. The white patch. It tastes bitter. Salty.
It's not what I want in my cake.
No, how bizarre. Why would Otter do this? There we go. So it's not poison. Well, it's not poison, but it certainly wasn't baked with regular cake ingredients.
So what are regular cake ingredients?
Does
Flour?
anyone know what? Yeah, regular cake ingredients are sugar and flour. So let's see what we've got. We'll take some samples and we'll take them back to the lab, but everyone, have a little think of what could potentially have caused the cake to explode if it tastes in that kind of a way. Eggs, you're right, absolutely. Eggs are a normal thing to have in a cake, aesthetic type. So we'll question Turtle Mayor, because everybody wanted to do that. Vinegar and baking powder. Interesting, 007.
007 on the case, yeah.
Yes, it seems that way.
Figure it out.
So let's see what happened here. It's very important for a mayor to not see the cake before the ceremony, just like a bride and a groom.
Why is that a thing? I don't know.
I don't know. But we've got a bunch of detectives in on the chat today. They're nailing it. It's acid vinegar. Yeah, no, you're nailing it. My earbuds keep falling out of my ears. Sorry, everyone.
My brain keeps falling out of my ears. But
Yeah, I know the feeling. Trust me.
that's why I've got headphones on too.
Yeah, to keep it up from leaking out. All right, would anyone have any reason to do this? These are good questions. Detective Kookaburra is always on the case. Couldn't think of anyone. You know, I feel that we should have practiced and made voices for each of these characters.
Oh yeah, that would have been fun.
Oh, that's like the dream job, isn't it?
To be a
When I grow
voice
up, I
actor.
want to do voices.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
things, yeah.
I like how there's an intern frog. An intern frog is probably not getting paid for his work, probably doing most of the work for the Turtle Mayor, just like it usually is.
On a voluntary basis.
Yeah,
Hoping to get a job there
exactly.
in the future.
Everyone, the mango and mushrooms, you think everyone's sus all of a sudden. So, DK, have you eaten anything other than the cake since you moved here? I don't know. Let's see. Yes, all right. Yeah, too late. That was the first answer. So we're going for yes. That pizza, it was just a flat cake. That's an interesting way of looking at pizza.
Well, there's always dessert pizza, right? You gotta have
There
like
is
Nutella.
a little bit of strawberries, some Nutella. So I've lived here for 125 years. This is an old turtle.
Oh, turtle.
Oh, he's seen some things.
Yeah. Definitely seen some things. All right, let's see. What we've got. A threat to cakes is a threat to food, housing, and the very way of life in Cake Town. The evidence suggests, what do you think, folks? That someone framed Otter? And Otter rigged. Why are they all bouncy? If you were eating sugar all day long, wouldn't you be bouncy?
That's a great question, though.
Yes. You think it's someone's framed Otter? Okay, we've got a bunch of rigged, bunch of framed.
Or is Otter just feigning?
Okay. Well, let's see. So everyone, people think Otter's sus. Let's go see. Someone's framed Otter. Someone sabotaged this cake, but everyone loves the festival, says Silai. We need to figure out why. So, there's Labrador, which is a mouthful. So, what should we do? Should everybody go home because it's a dangerous place? Or should we take all the cakes away and take them all back to the lab for testing? The lab is sus. See, everyone's sus to you guys. You guys are playing way too much of that other game. And I can't remember. Go, take the cakes. There's a lot of mean people. Let's take the cakes. We're being mean today. We're mean detectives. These fresh cakes are dangerous. I need them taken away for analysis. Boo! No. There you go. Lobster Mobster is not happy with your decision, everyone. So we're going to go to Otter's Bakery and test some cakes. All right, here we go. Look how delicious Otter's Bakery is. He is an artisan.
It's awesome.
Did you tell Womit about the lake testing at the cab? See, this is the thing where we try to make Gorilla a little bit of that guy who's a bit, doesn't really know what's going on, but you didn't catch that one, so I think we may need to kind of change
I
that.
had to go back and check that one because I was like, did that say lake?
Yes, and it was yes. Lake testing? Oh, you mean cake testing at the lab? Yeah, I'll test some cakes, says Lobster Mobster. I just bought a house, and now I'm gonna need to eat it. The whole little, it didn't really work out as well.
Hansel and Gretel.
Yes,
But they made it.
exactly. And Dumpling's already ahead on this story. Man, you're supposed to be playing with us. So, all right, Detective Kookaburra is going to crack this case open. Let's do it for the sauce, which is the moolah, obviously, in Cake Town, with delicious raspberry sauce. This place is a mess. Something's not right. Why would Otter have caused so much chaos while baking today's cake? He's usually so clean. What's going on
look,
out there?
I understand that. I made my own pasta today because, you know, it's lockdown and I need to do this. I've gone a bit Swedish chef with all the flour.
Oh yeah, it's just anytime we cook anything during the pandemic now, everything's a mess. You spend more time cleaning.
It's like I've had a cake explosion in my kitchen.
Yes, exactly. But mind your own business is my business. Detective Kookaburra is a really angry guy. So, odd crocodiles eating the cake in the back. Even the trash is delicious in Cake Town. So he's 9 hours deep in a delicious trash feast.
Yeah, it's no longer the bin chicken, it's the bin crocodile.
Yeah, it's a bin croc. That's right. That's right, exactly. My wife kicked me out because I keep eating trash. Oh, man. So, all right. Since you were here, did you see anything strange last night? Oh, man. Crocodile's just eating his food. He doesn't care about us. So, are we going to play bad cop or good cop? Everything is sus to you folks out there. And everyone wants to play bad cop. Oh, my gosh. All right. Bad cop it is. Tell us or else. Or else what? You'll steal my trash? I'd like to see you try. Burn! You've got nothing I want. Leave me alone to my palace of trash at once. All right.
It sounds like my house.
Yeah, that's everyone's house now, huge. All right. So we're going to investigate the sugar and a baker with only 1 bag of flour. That's sus.
Yeah, that's
And look at all the sugar they have there. Otter should have had more flour today than ever before. I wonder why. I know that. See, you all were wondering why they were jumping, bobbing around because of all that sugar. Look at it all. It's everywhere. It's too much sugar. It's constant. So Farmer Orca supplies everything, but Orca wasn't at the harvest festival. That's interesting. Shiny flour. How bizarre. Let's keep looking. Remember that red lolly, everyone? All right. This is the last of my flour. My apologies. And a gift. Oh, what does that look? That signature. Done, done, done. Thank you, Cookies for Closers. Exactly. No one can make a cake with gunpowder and sand.
That's
All right.
gritty cake. Whoa.
Yeah.
It's like when you eat your lunch at the beach.
Yeah, exactly. Silas is now tasting the crime scene. Let's see. Imagine if people actually went around tasting crime scenes in real life.
Ooh.
Not from the chemicals of the lab, but from baking cakes at home. It's good guess, everyone. Baking soda. Here we go. Chef Sydeny, nice one. You all nailed it way before Sydeny did. All right. So he's tasting food. He needs answers. Can we get a Sydeny analysis on those lollies? Look at him go. He's just tasting everything. All right.
I guess they have pretty good tongues.
Yes. Much better than the Kookaburra does. There we go. You were all correct. Well done, everyone. So, let's see. Would Otter make a cake without tasting the ingredients? Uh-oh. Here he is. What is it? Orca's a killer whale. An unknown serial killer is on the loose. Or Otter's the saboteur. What do you think, everyone? How do you play the game? You can download it from Google Play or the App Store. It's called Detective Kookaburra. So we've got a bunch of folks for serial killer, 2 for killer whale. Oh, we're right down the middle. Serial killer is winning it. All right, so serial killer is on the loose. That was your pun, Huge, I remember.
Okay.
It was a good one.
Flour,
Let's see.
cereal.
Yeah, without a cake until a late night delivery of sabotaged ingredients. The heat of the midday sun melted the vinegar gummies into the baking soda and kaboom! Nice guess, everyone. If I were going to figure out who made that delivery, we should figure out why Orca's really ingredients never arrived in the first place. And the criminal must have known Otter would have been out of flour. Uh-oh. The game is called Detective Kookaburra. So, all right, to Orca's farm. Ready, everyone? This is where we started off the first time when my son was playing, if everyone remembers correctly. It would have been very awkward to start from here.
And sons and daughters and sons and sons and daughters and daughters and sons.
Look how big the sign has gotten. This is
I like
Andrew's.
that they've just left a bit of space for a few more.
There's going to be more sons and daughters. So, Mr. Chill, what?
Turtle mares that it'd only be one of them. Yeah, I've been here for 105 years.
Yes, very true, very true. So actually, Mr. Chill, it was Eugenia and the University of Sydney that asked us to make this game. So, and I keep dropping my ears. So, Orca's finprints are all over every cake in this town. A half-eaten meal on the table, all doors and windows wide open, and a note that says, "I'm leaving in a hurry." Because when you're in a hurry, you always have time to leave a note. Right?
I hope that's one that was prepared earlier.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So who created this game? It was us at our Ludo that created it. All right, let's see. Orca left in a hurry. Sili's pretty good. Let's see. What's going on here? I've never seen it this bad. This wheat is dying.
Oh, don't look back. It might. Some grief.
That's so sad.
Yes, it's sad wheat. What could have caused it? What do you think, folks? Frost, heat, floods, disease?
Be any of those things, right? Like,
Could be.
Okay, we have disease. Did everyone think heat, disease? We got to equal. No, I think we're winning on heat. So, all right, well, we'll go heat first. It's been the optimum temperature all season. Interesting. All right. So, all right, everyone's saying disease. We'll hit up disease next. Bingo. I've studied diseases like this in the lab before. All right. Cake Town crumbles if it doesn't have the right ingredients. Uh-oh, this is starting to get bigger than Cake Town itself, I think. We got to find out what kind of disease it is. What do you folks think? Beck, I think you have a good idea.
Oh, well, maybe it's a fungus type thing.
All right, let's go for fungus. We've got a few people saying it's corona. No, it's not corona. That only affects non-wheat
jump
things.
species again.
Yeah.
Bingo. It's
Mutated.
wheat. Yes, yes. Disease is characterized by a reddish-brown blister like lesions, especially on leaves. So do you, on your wheat that you're working on, Beck, do you actually see a lot of disease coming off?
Yeah, we do. And they all get rust tested also. They all get tested for this type of thing. And then if they show it, we get rid of it. Because we don't want those ones that are susceptible to rust.
So what do you mean you get rid of it? Do you just,
We don't
cut them
use
out?
them. Yeah, we select different types, and the ones that have rust on them, we don't select those, so they don't get carried through to the next generation.
Okay, I see. Oh, here we go. My beloved wheat, I am retreating to a self-imposed exile. Oh no, I didn't finish reading it off because it went by too quick. I tapped it accidentally. Sorry, folks. We'll have to put a back button. That is the next version. It's got the same marking as the letter at the bakery. Let's compare the two.
Oh, there you go. You get another look.
Yeah, we got another look. Oh, look at that. My beloved, I'm retreating to self-imposed exile. For generations, my family provided bountiful crops. Oh, now I can't read it. Anyway, I think you all read it. Are both notes from Orca the same? Or the bakery letter is a forgery? Or the farm letter is a forgery? Jenny Chinks, the note says sabotaged. Where did you get that from? All right. I'm trying to figure out what everybody wants us to do. The farm letters, Marble Krister. Okay, let's see. Okay, we'll go for the bakery letter is a forgery. The fin mark in this one perfectly matches the Orca brand logo. That first note was messy. So much food gone to waste. I bet all the farmers wish their farms tripled in size over the years.
True.
Look at that. Something smells fishy. Mind Pro, the game is called Detective Kookaburra. Thank you very much, Mango and Mushrooms. Much appreciated that you're helping me out there. So Orca thanked them for their hard work and bought the land from each of them. He must have given them a pretty incredible offer. Or else what? Something smells fishy to me. Look at this. All right. It's unusual to see it spread from one point of origin like that. So, did we nail that factor? Diseases like this usually affect crops with more random splotches, Beck? Or are we so off the mark on that?
No, you're right. Or some can be really bad, but if they're really susceptible, but yeah, generally.
Okay, look at
sometimes
that.
a lot of diseases can be spread by the wind as well. So, they might just pick up and fly for, could be a few meters or could be a few 100 kilometers. Like, who knows?
Yeah, okay. All right, so we nailed that in the game. All right. Look at Sydeny just climbing down using his own lizard powers. What is that?
Oh, eat it. Just eating everything. Just try it.
It's good. Let's see. Okay, I'll take a sample to test at the lab. There we go. There it is, Eugenia. There it is. Here's the moment everyone's been waiting for. Mouth detectives. There we go. The best. Lick it. There we go. Could be contaminated with wheat rust, and we don't know. It might affect you. I have a feeling everybody's going to want to say, yes, there it is. Eat it. Taste it.
Yep. Taste it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very
Don't apply
sweet.
this to your science.
Yes.
No.
This is only allowed to happen in Cake Town, everyone. Nowhere else. All right. A mystery goo object right at the spot of disease first took hold. If Orca had been in this spot recently, the wheat would have been crushed by their weight because Orcas are very heavy, just in case everyone didn't know that. All right, let's see.
Orcas you get around the research farms at Narrabri Beck as well? Like,
No, not too many.
orcas?
Well, it's been wet up here. No. It'd be nice.
It'd be cool if they visited. It'd be very fantastic. Oh, look at that. They have to burn all the crops. And Lab had to trying to selectively breed a genetically resistant variety of wheat ever since. It's
Really good. Well done.
That's fantastic. They had to burn all the crops. Should we burn these? What do you think, everyone? Mango and mushroom. It doesn't rain. I don't think it rains right now. In this game, we didn't make any rain, but spores can travel an incredible distance. That's what you said before, Eugenia. Burning it could be the best way to prevent further spread. But these diminished crops could still be harvested and refined. Could we still refine something that has disease and use that, Beck, or is that not true?
It can be harvested still. It's the actual rust is only on the outside, but some of the seed may be damaged depending on how bad things are. So yeah, well, you'd probably know it more.
Yeah, you might get a bit of a reduced yield, I guess. It's still usable, but yeah, you're just not going to have the quantities that you normally would.
Okay. And of course, if you two haven't guessed what everyone's saying, given the way we've been going, everyone wants us to burn the crops.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah.
You are all intense. All very, very intense. I hate to see years of work go to waste, but you cannot disappoint your viewers, right? Burn it to the ground, says Windbreaker.
Burn it.
Wow, Amaros wants to burn all of Cake Town. This is getting intense. All right.
Back on his front yet?
Yeah.
He might still be stuck there.
It's true. We got to. Also, Mango Mushroom has a question while we're going through this. How do crops catch a disease? Or how do crops catch a disease? Sorry.
Sorry, you were talking about it before. Do you want to?
All good. You go ahead.
Oh, no. Well, they can catch them in many different ways, but sometimes it can be as simple as someone walking through one crop and picking up the spores on their clothes and then walking through another crop and infecting the whole thing. So yeah,
wow.
It's a bit tricky.
Wow, so you can even pass it through just walking through the field.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, we've got to be very careful. Yep.
Yeah,
All right.
Not just fungus as well. You can have that spread from bacteria and viruses too, and they can move in the water. They can move in the air. So,
Ugh.
yeah, gotta try and stay one step ahead of these diseases.
I'm actually
They don't infect
surprised.
us.
Yeah, I'm surprised that we're actually able to grow any food, given how quickly diseases
Yeah.
take over.
Very clever.
Look at old crocodile back in there, just when there's some extra cake hanging around. Let's see. All right. I'm sorry, DK, I can't let you into the lab. Only folks with clearance can enter the lab. I'll go to the mayor and get a warrant. Apparently that's what detectives do in Cake Town. Or I'm getting in that lab with or without your permission. I have a feeling Kookaburra is vibing. Kookaburra is always vibing. We're going in there. We're breaking down these doors. There are deadly biohazards contained in the lab. I can't even go in. It's okay. We know Lab Labrador. So look at this cool lab.
Thanks,
Is this what your lab looks like, Beck?
Oh, I wish.
Look at this cool scanner. It's scanning for wheat rust.
Like that.
Me too.
Oh,
yeah.
man. So, you can't catch the resource. It only affects plants. There you go. It can mutate easily, disable a plant's immune system, and reproduce very quickly. Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely. They're clever. Very
Okay.
clever.
Well, Labrador did go to school for all this.
That thermo-biscuit dynamic.
That's right. Exactly.
I think
Exactly.
Rust can reproduce or clone itself in about 2 weeks. So, you know, on the grand scheme of things, it's pretty quick.
Yeah. Okay.
Considering it takes humans, 20-something years to reproduce
Yes.
themselves. So
Exactly.
2 weeks, it's kind of quick. Bacteria might be a bit faster. 20 minutes?
Yeah. Way faster. Absolutely. So you were all right. Vinegar and baking soda. Your hunch was right. Way to go, everyone. Well done. We also found a gold mystery goo at the farm. Let's see, what was that gold mystery goo?
Did we eat it?
Yes, we did. Remember, it was delicious and sweet. What does that look like to everyone? Corn. What is that? Says Lavender. What's corn? You've never heard of corn? We've been eating candy corn for years. Is that what you mean? Corn is like wheat. I've never believed the rumors were true. An uncandy corn. There we go. Thank you very much, White Easy. I'm glad you laughed at that joke. We were laughing at that quite hard when we were doing that. Thank you, 007. Made this game just for you
Say
two.
that every time you have corn for dinner now.
Yeah, definitely.
Uncandy corn. We found the same gold mystery goo inside the lab over there. We used this machine to bind components together. This is a cool lab that I wish I had as well.
Don't eat the crime scene.
And now you tell us.
Yeah, I know, we've been doing it. Lock the lab down. No one is allowed in or out. This evidence suggests this machine was used to create the gummies used in the cake explosion. The machine was configured to produce dozens of gummies, far more than we saw at the cake explosion. What does that mean?
I know.
Of course, everybody will eat the machine. The machine is not made out of cake. That's probably one of the only things not made out of cake in this game. Okay. The only people who regularly enter the lab are myself and Sydeny. Orca and Turtle may or may drop in occasionally to check in on the progress if we're developing some new project. There's no way someone broke through that security gate. There's no sign of forced entry into the lab.
Ooh, inside job.
All right. I agree, Avaros. This is sus. So when I arrived this morning, Orca was leaving the lab very upset that a resistant wheat research was incomplete.
Oh, it's because they didn't have Beck there.
There you go.
Thank you.
Detective Kookaburra, everyone's a suspect. Even Sydeny? How hardcore are we going to be on this one?
Oh, Starlight's been there the whole time.
Yeah, I know.
Or him.
Everyone is picking yes. All right, blaming everyone. You're the worst. I'm a detective first and a friend second, Sydeny. There we go. I think you should start spilling the beans there, lab. The resistant wheat variety could be at the center of this criminal conspiracy. Tell me everything. We've got so close so many times, but we've never been able to succeed. So not as good as you, Beck.
Huh, yes.
There you go. Yeah, I think you can teach them a few things.
We'll have to give them some genetics.
Yes, a few lessons. Well, maybe you can have lab at the farm and he'll help you a little bit.
You can meet our
Become the
pups.
intern.
Yes, an intern frog. He clearly is not getting paid for anything. These two are the healthiest of the samples, but clearly not quite healthy enough. Well, what do we...
Acceptable.
Yeah, so what can we do to make a stronger wheat variety, Beck?
Ooh, well, the first thing you could do is cross them and try to take the genetics from one and combine the genetics of the two different types. Make a super variety.
Okay, all right, let's see. Okay, I think that's exactly what Lab's gonna do. They're freaking out, man. 2 of the wheat samples are missing. Oh, it's fantastic. Disease sample stolen. Explosive lollies developed in your lab. This isn't looking good for Lab.
No, it's not.
I promise you it wasn't me. Well, Sydeny believes him.
Is that all you
But
have to
of
say? It
course-
wasn't me.
But Detective Kookaburra is a friend last. Detective first. Let's see. Well, okay. Let's see if we'll speed up a little bit through this. Take this holo scanner with you. Where's your holo scanner, Beck? Do you have one in the lab?
Yeah, no, I do. It's under my desk.
That's fantastic. All right. So we are going to this.
Collaboration.
I think
They
so.
can get
I think.
good genes for the wheat, and you
Yeah.
can get a holo scanner.
We can sort it out. Yeah.
Oh, let's see. All right. There's Orca's body print. Yeah. There's a bucket on the other side of the river, and the ground is still wet around it. He's not a detective for nothing. This guy's good. This guy's the best.
Are we going to eat this?
Yes, we should. Oh, what's going on?
Balloon.
All right, we're chasing after them. Where should we go? Should we go left or right, everyone?
Or a fork in the road. What's for dinner? You're going to need a fork for it.
That's fantastic. I love your sense of humor, Huge. All right.
You're
We've
the
got,
only one,
okay.
Michael.
Oh, we picked the wrong way, all you right people.
Yeah.
We should have gone left, so all you people went left. All right. Okay, let's see. Okay, we have a chance to go left. All right, we got to go left or right again. See, they told you. Yeah, don't be a know-it-all now after the fact. All right, this time we're going right. We're gaining on them. All right, are we going above or below?
Yeah.
Oh, what's up the top there?
Oh.
Yellow.
Good.
Oh, we got an equal number of aboves and belows. The next 2 or 3. All right, above it is. Good guess, everyone. All right, it's a 50-50 chance every time we're nailing this. All right, above. Ah, missed it.
No.
Okay,
Getting
all right.
away.
All right, there it is. All right, we're at a secret
cool.
farm.
Oh, is 007 still there? Is this 007 secret farm?
Yeah, I don't know. 007, is this your secret farm? Oh, gorilla. Someone's inside. Who is it?
Oh,
Oh,
Intern Frog. Your breadcrumb trail led us straight to you. Don't come any closer. You recognize these, don't you? He's gonna bomb everyone. Whoa, I have wall hacks. We're not gonna shoot him. There's no guns in Cake Town, but he does have a bomb. Let's see, you could have killed Otter. I made these gummies to exact specifications. There aren't enough explosives in that cake to kill anyone. What a intern Frog knows his stuff. Let's see. But you got sloppy. You left corn syrup at Orca's farm and at the lab. But with Orca's farm out of the picture, nothing will stand in our way. You could have started your own farm without sabotaging Orca's. We did. We tried to start our own farm a long time ago. We were able to buy incredibly cheap land when Turtle Mayor set up a program to encourage more families to start farming. That's our mayor. What a nice mayor. 125 years at it, still doing a good job, that guy. He promised he'd sell us seeds and tools. We cleared the land and built our homes. We poured all our money and resources into preparing these farms. When we were ready to start growing crops, Orca wouldn't sell us a single seed. He patented the seeds and swore to never share them. That is a ruthless business plan.
ruthless business plan.
It was.
sharing's caring.
I agree, Beck. He is a scoundrel. Way to go,
I
Sydeny.
love that word. We need to use that more often, don't we? You scoundrel.
Yeah, we do.
We should, yeah, okay. We'll use it. We'll use it more often in our emails to one another. Let's see. All right. So you tried to fight Orca's monopoly, but new seeds weren't enough. You needed to stop Orca's production. That's right. I was never out to hurt anyone. I knew the wheat rust couldn't harm the townsfolk. I brought home wheat and sugarcane seeds as well. Once I set off the final cake explosion, no one will want to go near Orca's cakes again. But DK, he's a detective first and friend later. So, all right. So now that Frog admitted, black Orca. Everyone done. No one likes Orca. All right. So are we taking him into custody or is he lying? Okay, we've got a couple lyings in there. All right, he's lying. What? You said it yourself, Frog. You can't access the lab, and there were no signs of forced entry. You're working with Lab. You're working with Orca. You're working with Turtle Mayor, or you're working with Sydeny. We can blame anyone in this game.
Right?
Sydeny's the worst. Oh no, everyone wants to take Sydeny down.
Oh, poor boy.
Oh, poor Sydeny. Oh man.
Loyal.
Rude, everyone. There you go. That's what Sydeny has to say to you all. Oh, man. Frog never accessed the lab. That was me. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, I knew it was the mayor. Is it the mayor?
Ah, yeah. The Orca family has controlled our town for too long. I've lived in this town for 125 years.
Tell us again.
Yeah, well, when you're alive that long, I think you're allowed to say whatever you want. But even I wasn't able to disrupt our hold over the town. So you decided to move outside the law. Exactly. You've been to the lab. You've seen that creating a resistant wheat variety is virtually impossible. Is it, Beck?
No, it is not impossible.
It is for lab, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
No one's bought in new seeds that entire time. The orcas have been endlessly reusing the same set of seeds. Without the necessary genetic diversity, they could never breed a resistant variety. Just like you said.
That's it.
Oh, man. Or it's the orcas. All right. If someone was brave enough to go get new seeds, and that was intern Frog.
Aww.
Frog is the hero this town needed. Uh-oh. Here comes Orca. He is not happy. Oh, there we go. Orca, you destroyed the livelihood of a dozen families. Explain yourself. My family has profited off this town for countless generations. Everybody wants to shoot Orca now. You can't shoot people in Cake Town. It's not how it works in this place. So.
But where's the vinegar and bicarb?
Yes. Yeah. There is. So you can throw a bomb at them. So, Orca's right, and Turtle and Frog have broken countless laws, or Turtle and Frog are right, Orca's control over this town needs to end. All right, so I'm really curious where everyone's going to sign. Go with a Turtle and Frog. Oh, we've got more Orcas. Yikes. Okay. Ooh, this needs to end. Well, come on, Chimpy. All right, Orca's, all right, everyone wants Orca's right. One less obstacle between me and that cornfield. If I can't provide for my town, no one can, says Orca. Whoa, he's got a bomb.
Oh.
The missing wheat rust sample.
Oh, don't let that get out.
Uh-oh, pick up the lollies. Hold lollies over the fire. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh,
no.
Another cake explosion. See what happened when you sided with Orca? Shoot him with the lollies. Oh, goodness. Whoa. Oh, Turtle.
Oh.
Oh. Should we stop the spores? I'm going in on this one. We're stopping the spores.
Stop the spores.
Oh, I love how Detective Kookaburra is just fanning them away. See? Nobody moved. No, all is lost. Ha! This is what happens to those who cross me, says Farmer Orca. Oh man, that was aggressive. The hollow scanner. What's the damage here? Whoa! I need this thing in my life, a hollow scanner.
Yeah.
Set him on fire. No fires either. Usually the spores don't spread further. I'll contact Lab and begin preparations. Oh, no, Orca, should we leave this town and never return? Or are we dragging him straight to prison, or is he free to go? What do you folks think? Prison, all right. Yeah, let's go. All right, here we go. I am the law, says Detective Kookaburra. All right. Prison it is. Everyone's going to prison in this game.
Yeah, good. So they should.
Yes, exactly.
Cake Town prison look like?
It's cake.
Made of cake.
Yeah. And turtles. Should we take Turtle to prison as well? Prison! That's right, my beloved town. Oh, everyone's going to prison. So now we can go create those resistant crops, and 1 year later, after we threw everyone to prison, look at all those delicious things. We're back at the Cake Town. The new seeds had so much genetic variation, we were able to breed several different resistant crops. The townsfolk have made treats from all sorts of exciting new ingredients this year. There we go. And well, there we go, everyone.
Well done.
Yay! There we go. So that was our new adventure. Whew! Thanks,
I want
team.
to live there.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Cake Town seems like a lot of fun. So, folks, if any of you have questions for our guests right now, you can ask away the last few questions. And thank you all for joining us. I'm glad you had fun, Corinne, and thanks for the heart emoji. Beck, thank you so much for joining us. It's actually absolutely fantastic to have you and your expertise.
No worries. It was lots of fun. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure. And Euge, thank you so much for asking us to create this game. It was an absolute blast.
Thank you so much. And thanks for letting us play it today. It's really exciting.
Yeah, I know. And thank you everyone for playing along with us and helping us with all the choices. We will have another game. We have another game that University of Sydney has asked us to create, and that's in a week's time, next Sunday. So, join us then. You can book in the same place at the Australian Museum. Right now, I do want to say once again, thank you to both, and I'll set you free, and then I'll chat with folks.
Oh, we're not going to Cape Town Prison?
No, you don't have to go to Cape Town Prison. So we'll say bye to our guests. Thank you so much, everyone.
Bye. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
And then I'll say one last thing. If you did enjoy what you saw, please check out our Ludo. This is what we do. We create all kinds of educational games where you can learn a little bit about the world around you. And we have some science programs as well. So parents, if you're out there listening, take a look. You can sign up to our newsletter and you can see all of the free shows. And our new blog is coming out soon. It's going to have all kinds of free science activities so you can be a citizen scientist at home. I'm really glad that everyone had a lot of fun. You can also follow us on our socials if you want to know and keep up to date to everything. And the last thing I will say is thank you to each and every one of our partners. The Royal Botanical Gardens, especially Holly Kershaw there, for all the help that you've given me. University of Sydney for coming to us to help create these games. The same with the Australian Museum for supporting us during the development. And of course, Twitch for helping us spread the word of science. Folks, if you did enjoy this, we're going to be doing this in a week's time again. And at the end of the month, we have another show called Battery Low, where we'll actually be playing Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, and we'll be talking about cooperation. And we've got some really cool scientists that are going to be on the show, and we're going to be playing fun, dismantling virtual bombs, and cooperating at the same time, and just having a ton of fun. So definitely do subscribe to our channel and follow us on our socials so that you can keep in touch with all of that. And this is where I'll say goodbye. Thank you everyone for sticking around so much. And I will see you very, very soon. All the best, everyone.